There are two main reasons why you need ND filters. 1. Create motion blur to achieve cinematic effect. 2. Minimize harsh sunlight to expose more details in footage. Like many of you watching this video, you wanted to know why we need ND filters and why is everyone talking about it. I didn't care for it before because I don't like more stuff getting in the way of me and my subject. Until that fateful day, Nikki and I were in San Francisco and it was our second time seeing the ocean. I wanted a quick aerial view, so I took my DJI Mavic Pro and did my thing. I thought it was the shit until, well, judge for yourself. But now I got my first drone shot of the beach. I'm pretty happy. As you can see, there are three things I didn't like. 1. The harsh sunlight were a nuisance, blowing out the water and its environment. 2. Since it was extremely bright outside, the shutter speed was astronomically high. Yes, I am using big words to make myself sound more photosynthesis. Therefore, the ocean waves did not have that motion blur needed for cinematic effect. 3. The colors didn't have enough contrast. One added feature when using ND filter is better contrast. For example, blue sky will be bluer. Recreating to what happened in San Francisco, I will now demonstrate the art of no ND filter. Flying toward the sun is never a good idea, but for the purpose of this video, I will show you the difference that it makes after equipping the ND filter. If I had to describe this footage, it would be white and bright. Extremely beautiful, if you can see through it. Luckily, K&F Concepts reached out and wanted me to try the ND filters. To be honest, I do not believe the justified price tag that some other companies charge. I mean, it's basically darkened glass. So when I saw that K&F is more than half the price of its competitions, I was like, okay now. You will find 6 filters. 3 are neutral density filters and 3 are polarized filters. In this video, we will test the ND filters. It comes with ND4, 8 and 16. The higher the number, the darker it is. ND4 reduces exposure by 2 stops, ND8 3 stops, ND16 4 stops. We will not be getting into the nitty-gritty of the ND filters, but instead I will show you the before and after. If you'd like to learn more about it, there are plenty of other videos that can help you better than I can. The basic point is we need to get to 0 EV, short for exposure value, indicates that it is a normal exposure. To the right of 0 will be overexposed and to the left underexposed. Hence, left is darker and right is brighter. To reduce the sunlight coming into our footage, I used ND16, skipping 4 and 8 altogether. That's right, go big or go blind. Now it is much better. White snow is white and blue on that blue roof is actually blue. You can actually see the houses in the background, and for the blurriness, I have another video on how to fix that. Check link in the descriptions. If you have not liked or subscribed yet, you will be convinced by the end of this video. First, I had to test all 3 filters, meaning I had to run to the slippery icy road with my flip-flop to get my drone each time, takeoff and landing. A total of 6 times, not counting the uncounted. Second, I crashed my drone twice and had to replace 4 propellers to bring you this video that will eventually make me 15 cents richer after a month. Third, it was really cold. My toes are still numb. Like most of you, I cannot foresee the future. Not knowing the effect of bright sun on snow, it was too late to realize that maybe, just maybe, if I had waited a couple hours, the snow could have been avoided. But here we are. So let's pretend this is another day. Starting again with no ND filters, notice the sky and the blue roof in the middle of the park. Putting on the ND4 resulted in bluer sky and bluer roof. The grass is also greener, especially on the other side. The last important reason why we want to use ND filter is to create motion blur. This is achieved by shooting at 24 frames per second. If you think back, soap operas look weird because we are used to feature films shot in 24 frames per second. Soap operas are shot in 60 frames per second, but that's not all. Shutter speeds contribute to motion blur also. The general rule for shutter speed is twice the frame rate. So at 24 frames per second, we want to use 1/48 shutter speed for all as close as your camera can get. I wish I wanted to go outside to shoot cars passing by to show you the motion blur achieved by using ND filters, but I don't. It was cold, my toes are still numbed, so I'm going to cheat and fly to the street from my house. One thing you can take away from these 2 footages is one has blur motion trail of the cars passing by. This is because I was using ND16 to achieve 1/50th shutter speed. The other footage did not have any filter, therefore shutter speed was faster. One more thing, When putting on the filter, make sure the gimbal clamp is on. Mavic gimbal is extremely fragile, and by having the gimbal clamp on ensures a more stable installation.